to show how I'm putting some 4x4 skirting along the outside of our mobile home here. I removed the metal aluminum skirting already. We had gone around half the house with this already. I wish I could show you. But I'm just adding the front here. Since it's going to start raining here, I have a few moments extra. So I removed the metal skirting, and which slips under here. So I just pull out the metal skirting with all the screws and all that, make sure it was flush underneath. I've wrapped the house with 4x4s. I've come around the back half of the house up to this point, and now I'm going to continue around the front. You see here a post that was in here before. I had to move over a little bit. Same with this side here. This was existing on from what I'd done before. So I'm just joining the new 4x4. Two 4x12 foot sticks here. These are being mounted with the 4-inch screws every 20 inches or so along the front here. Luckily, there is a 2x6 perimeter. Besides this being solid steel down here, there is a wood. You can see the wood. This is a 2x6 actually under a good portion of the side of the house, resting on top of the metal frame. So I'm able to shoot the screws through pre-drill holes into the side of the mobile home. So they're going through and right through the metal. Actually, even the deck screws pierce right through there. I'm just setting up some blocks here to get my measurements. The bottom 4x4, I just level it, pick the highest, lowest spot, and then set it off the ground, and I shim it with this is actually bender board cut up in pieces to get my height right. So I leveled the bottom first, then I cut a few supporting posts about the right length, height, and then I set the 4x4 on the top here, got the measurement, cut it, and I'm going to screw that in first. So I'm doing the one right now. Then I'm going to come back, screw the bender board onto the bottom of that post, put it back down, be mounting it, securing it into the ground with some masonry bolts. Here on the back and the side, I'm going to put the angle brackets behind here too. I pre-drilled the angle brackets to fit the 3/8 inch anchor bolts. But here I've taken, this is the next 4x4 to go along the front. I measured it and cut it using a piece of tape on my drill to get a good indication of how deep I'm going here with the hole. Drilling out just a big enough hole to get the screw halfway in. Then I pre-drill it with a thinner drill bit. Go all the way through. That way I can get a number 10 4 deck screw through there. And that's going to just go right well into that. I can even set them in place before I pick the board up. And that's how I put the board. That's the most important piece to the exterior trim, like I have here on this existing, this part I put in earlier. This wraps around the house here. Wish I could take all the stuff out of the driveway and show you. But for right now, I'm just attaching the screws through the 4x4. And you'll see here, I've aligned it with this line of metal along the top edge here. And I'm glad that, you know, the house is square, straight, unlike the ground where I have to shim it to get the right heights, which is not good. It's not level by any means, but so the shimming is important up here. But up here, I'm going to get this board straight. So that hole I drilled is just actually so I can get the tip of the head of the screw and the apex of the drill, impact drill here. I know you could use a smaller number 2 bit or whatever you want to use, hex head bits for the screws, but just to get them into the hole. They seem to land really well. And now that I've got that up there, I'm going to just lay the other board on top of this, or I might even pause the film here, which I'm not going to do. There'll be another video to show you where I'm finishing it up with putting in the siding, which is just the press board type siding I cut. I know they have the heavier hardy backers type cement stuff, but it's just so makes so much dust when you cut it. I just go with the cheaper wood stuff. And then you'll see on the other side, I add sometimes a removable panel or a door on these so that I can get access to underneath the house in case I want to work on a pipe, or as you notice, I'm storing stuff under there. Anyways.